Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with three S's meets entertainment in color with your hostesses, Tamika and Chantel. How are you doing today, Tamika? Over thoughts on this episode of Love Island UK Season 8, episode 51.
I knew it was coming. It was coming.
Yes, not necessarily to jump ahead, but it kind of lingers for me. It actually, so when I went to watch this episode, I didn't get to watch it right at 4. So at 5 I tuned in and it automatically went to the recoupling part. And so I was thinking in my head like, "Oh, this must be like I missed like 30 seconds." So I'm like, "Oh, maybe they started off right away here." And I was just kind of confused. I couldn't remember where we were past episode.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did end up seeing this at the beginning of the episode, and I was like,
because it overran. That's why.
Yes, exactly, because it went to 5:05, and so I tuned in at 5. And so I know that you saw it coming, but it really, exactly what I wrote down is the way that this show always guarantees that maybe only one Black couple or person makes it to the finale is really gross. It really is. And, you know, a lot of people are praising the show for having so many Black people and people of, well, Black people specifically, because they didn't have any other representations ethnically. But they never allowed them to be in the villa at the same time, so that there would be a potential for them to have a love relationship. And with that, they always end up being dumped because they've never really were crossing paths with the people that they could potentially meet. If we're saying that, you know, they may have had a better shot with some of the other mixed race Black people that they had on the show. So I was just really kind of irritated for the fact that it's like, so all the Black people that are left in the show are in the bottom.
Yeah.
Chances are 2 of them are going to be going home.
Yep.
And I think that it's just not a good look. I don't know why they allow it to happen. They know that we're watching.
At this point, I feel like I've been beating a dead horse. I've been saying it every week. People have been like, "Oh, well, I'm not voting for Dami. I'm not supporting Dami. I'm not supporting India because she's still supporting Dami. Luca and him are going to be in the bottom." Luca has never been in the freaking bottom. And he deserves to be in the bottom. Every week he proves why he deserves to be in the bottom. This episode, he acted absolutely. I thought he there was no new low he could go to. This episode was low. And my whole thing is stop holding these Black couples to higher standards. I think I said it to you before the show aired yesterday. These 30 and 40-year-old women holding a 23-year-old Black girl to a higher standard on a TV relationship than they would be holding their daggone selves in real life. You're worried about India and Dami and how he treated her on a show that's meant to test your relationship
in this way.
Versus what you guys have probably done over and over and over again in your own relationships.
And then also, just to piggyback on that, the fact that they don't seem to want to hold Luca responsible for something that I think is a lot more damaging relationship-wise. And I'd be like, I've been saying it, like, Gemma, get out. Like, this is not looking good. Like, this episode, I was like, this is your door open to, like, get out of this relationship, because it won't get better if this is at its best. This is you guys living in a beautiful casa in Spain for 2-3 months with all your food being fed and for like paid for you, getting free clothes, like doing challenges on TV. Like, this is pretty good. And he still can't treat you well in that when it's good. Like, I don't know what it's going to be like when people are actually sliding into your DMs, when people are actually wanting your autograph, when people are actually like wanting to have your attention, and he's there and he'll be like sulking, like, you know, you weren't even paying attention to me. Like, everybody's just like all over you. Like, how does that make me feel? Like, shut up. Shut up. Hold him accountable for the fact that he is not a good guy, at least for her.
I briefly treaded onto Twitter before I got on here, just very brief. And there were actually people defending his actions.
I can't even. Okay, let's just say hello to everybody in here before we get into that because that's infuriating. Hi, Luna. Thanks for being here. Hi, Sans. Hi, Jessica. Hello, Dana. All right, Son says, can I say thanks to Tamika from the start as I downloaded Twitch and followed you and watched up to episode 5 of Love Island USA? Yes, see, Son, so easy. Ask and you shall receive. We got you covered. Amen, amen. Preach. Yes, it's infuriating. I think only one couple, I hopefully Paige and Adam, but I know that's wishful thinking. It's not even wishful thinking. It's an impossibility.
Yeah, so I did look. When I looked, so like I told you guys, I've been trying to research and kind of figure out where the votes seem to be lying. So today, I feel firmly Twitter is split between Davide and Ekin-Su and Dami in India. On somebody did a YouTube poll. Dami and India were running third. Ekin-Su and Gemma were 1 and 2. Paige and Tasha and they were like about tied for bottom. And then on somebody did a poll on, I can't remember if it was Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and Dami and India were running fourth. Paige and fourth. Yeah. So
who is fifth then? Who's fifth and sixth then? Who's fifth?
So none of these polls that I've seen so far had Danica and Jamie. I think everybody assumes they're not gonna make it. I have to look at Reddit. It was on Reddit, so I'd have to look and see what it said. I couldn't remember. I didn't actually download it. But so it depends. They might have, because they split 3 and 3, right? That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think them in India could be like fourth. And then because even I was listening to a podcast, the morning after podcast with oh damn it. The morning after podcast with Summer and Billy. And the girl on there keeps insisting that Adam and Paige is gonna get into the finals. And she asks Summer about it, and Summer's like, absolutely not. She's like, no. She's like, they don't have anything. She's like, oh, but Gemma's always saying that they're always like hanging out at the pool. She's like, yeah, he's in the pool, and Paige is right there while he's in the pool. And yes, they are talking, but I don't think their relationship
I think that when he saw that he was in the bottom 3 couples, I think he's like, oh man, I might have made a mistake here going all in on this Paige plan.
Yep. But it's too late.
Definitely too late. So I do not think that both Danica and Jamie, as well as Damia, are going to all make it through. I think one of them two will be going. I don't think that Adam and Paige have a shot of leaving. I would say I would put myself at like 95%. It's going to be, maybe even more, maybe 99. It's going to be Jamie and Danica. So Jessica says, I'm hoping that Paige and Adam are going, and maybe that's why it's a cliffhanger. No way. They think that this is a cliffhanger, I think. I really do not. They would never, in my opinion, allow for it just to be a straight dumping unless it was like Damian, like a black couple. I don't think that they would allow a straight dumping be for like their golden girl and the guy that they just brought back in from another season. I just don't think that they would let it be a straight dumping like that. And I don't think that Danica and Jamie could make it through. They've been together too short. People don't like Danica that much. She's not as known as every other couple has somebody that's an OG, at least one person. I just don't know if they have the following support.
I don't think so. I think everybody is of the same mind that they're going home, and they should. Um, Considering they really haven't had that much really. But to be fair, they could have dumped Adam and Paige for me. They basically, in my
I would
opinion,
love them to dump them, but I really
I
would
have
not
the
see
same,
that
but
world.
I don't see it. There's some people who stand Paige, and what I'm getting though is Coco was like that. She's not a nice person.
Well, you can see
Um,
by her face when she just like her resting face is just like,
yeah, Summer kind of alluded to it. I don't think she's a very nice person.
so Sans is asking you, Tamika, if you think that the producers are messing, then Damia weren't really in the bottom and that they just want to scare us.
No, I think they were in the bottom. I've been saying that they were going to land in the bottom together.
Um,
Last week they did not show us anybody but the bottom. Was it three couples, right?
yeah, three guys, three girls.
Right, and then I really think that they were the probably closer to them last week, and then the
Oh
week
wait, sorry. I was thinking the last week was the week when Danica was saved. Sorry, it's the week. I don't remember what happened last week.
it was Sunday, right? It was
I don't
Sun.
remember right now.
Okay. And then I think at the beach club when it was Dammy, yeah, Dammy, Summer, not Deji,
Deji, well, it was
Billy,
Billy.
and Danica in the bottom. I think the other person was probably India and somebody else, maybe Deji, but
Yeah,
I
Indian
feel like,
deputy. Yeah. You're
yeah,
saying
I
that.
feel that it was three couples with mostly black people in it, and they knew it wasn't a good look. So that's why they did only two couples.
So I
And
wonder why they
remember
did it this way.
you remember you said that there was going to be multiple dumpings, and then they kind of changed that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why, because it also was. If anything, I think they realized how really racist that they've dumped black people the entire time. I don't think there's ever been, other than Antigone, which she was acting all shocked. I don't think there's ever been a dumping where it wasn't a black person.
At least one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Danica needs Miss to go because they are splitting the black vote.
No, it's not them splitting the back vote. People started throwing their vote to Ekin-Su and Davide and Tasha and Andrew, from what I've gathered.
And that's kind of the plight of a black person on any of these shows, is that like even as a contestant, so like in competitive reality shows, if you do one little thing wrong,
Yeah,
it's just not redeemable and your game is done.
yeah.
Like you have to be the perfect in their eyes representation of who you are,
Hmm.
and you have to go exactly with what they want you to do, and you can't even do that because like if you don't make any mistakes and they say they didn't have any uphill battles, and then they'll be like, oh, like he's not really that into her, like whatever, they'll make up an excuse. But for the most part, you can't really do anything without them finding one little thing and be like, oh, I can't support it anymore. Yeah, no, they're bad. Or
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm gonna vote them out,
yeah,
or I don't trust them, or they're too good at the game. Like they're
yeah.
always gonna find a reason
Something.
to get you
Yeah.
out.
If
And
Danny did not do anything at Casa Amor, I will tell you guys, they would have either said that they were boring, because they were already saying it before Casa Amor that India was boring, he was boring, the couple was boring.
think about the three couples that are still there. Like Davide and Ekin-Su are the only three that are interesting. Like Tasha, you want to see a whole season of Tasha and Andrew's story?
Yeah.
F no. You want to see a whole summer? We were like, let's get off of Gemma Island. Like
Right.
I like Gemma actually, but she's not very entertaining.
She's not.
Like she's boring.
She's not. She's
And I
boring.
don't like what Luca brings to the jealousy
Mhm.
table.
No.
It's not. I don't like seeing that. I
Yeah.
don't care how much he likes this girl
Mhm.
and does it makes him feel a certain type of way because she's doing something. She's 19. Like stop treating her like it's your married wife of like 25 years. Like it's sorry. Anyways, go on.
Um, what was the other thing? uh Casa Amor. Oh, if he had never done anything Casa Amor, they would have said, "Oh, he knew that they were in the top," because people were saying that they knew that they were in
She
the
should
top.
have.
He should have known they were top. Oh, he knew they were in top and he didn't do anything. Even when Caleb was basically practically
He was there a second
celibate
always.
celibate to Justine, they never believed him. That's why
Oh, I believed him.
after the show, people went digging for stuff.
It's yeah, it's unfortunate. So Naomi here, hi Naomi, says I don't think that Damia will be in the final. Sadly, that would be a real travesty if they're not in the final. I really do think that, regardless, I've said this already, of what we feel about Dami or India separately or as a couple, they have provided the entertainment for the season. Like, even in this episode, Dami's like, he's running around back and forth, like, go talk to him. Okay, oh, she said that. Like, he's still going around and trying to get people to have conversations and relationship.
And
Like,
even
he's
though I didn't agree with him on one part, he wasn't wrong, but I didn't agree with him because he was like,
was what he
"There
when he said that your feelings are valid.
yeah."
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. If you do feel that way, your feelings are valid because you obviously feel that way. But he was not, like, Luca was the wrong person in this
In the
situation.
scenario,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Your feelings are valid, but how you responded was not
Not
appropriate.
cool. Not cool.
Jessica says, agreed. It's just sad overall. You can never win with some people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I need the black people to get on code if you want them to get into the final. They were You had them
Well,
up there
and like,
for the
it's
entire
not
time.
like they're a bad couple. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, they're still a good couple that
Yeah.
they're so young. Like, let's support this young couple that's made some mistakes on this TV show. Like, they've also provided. And they've
I
also said I love yous. And they've also are sort of exclusive, waiting to meet the mom. Like, what have they done that doesn't deserve their vote?
I literally am not a fan of Davide, and I still feel like Dami and India, Davide and Ekin-Su are the most genuine couples that are in there. And I can't stand Davide. I would never vote for Davide. I'm going to tell you the truth because of what he said about India. I
Mm-hmm.
personally feel like he's racist, but that's just me. Um, you know, but I can understand people voting for them because I do feel like they're genuine.
Exactly. And you can understand and you can support the fact that people are interested in their love story.
Right.
And so the fact that people are not interested in Damia's love story is like kind of sad because
Yeah.
we don't really get this that often. Actually, we never get this.
Never get it.
Oh, we
But
had to
I
guess
mean,
with Priscilla and Mike, but
but
that
I
was
but I was gonna say, but I feel like people did the same thing with Priscilla and Mike, and that's why they didn't make it to the final.
I see. I gotta remember their relationship on the show. I
Yeah,
don't.
I mean it was shorter, but I felt like they were genuine. That's why they also lasted very long outside the villa. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like, but I mean, to be fair, they basically dumped the three couples that basically lasted the longest outside the villa.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Well, other than Michael Priscilla, because Shanaz and Lutique did last longer.
Yeah,
But
they just more recently broke up,
yeah,
unfortunately.
but they dumped Callum and Molly. They're still together. They dumped Naz and
I wanted Shanice and
yeah,
Luke T to win so
I did
badly.
too. I did kind of want them to win.
Well, I didn't. Who is Paige and Liam? No.
I still
Uh,
can't remember his name. Every
someone
secret.
told us, and then I remembered
Yeah,
Paige and I feel like it was a very Irish name, but I could
it
be
is.
Finn.
Finn. Finn. Yeah.
Son says, you're right, Chantel. It's so unfair. Even if Demi was perfect, people would still find fault and view him or with them with suspicion. Absolutely. Like 100%. They'd be like, and it's kind of, they're doing it right now to Timmy. Watch, guys.
Oh yes,
They're
now
gonna,
that was my next pivot.
they're
Right
going
now,
to try to rip that couple apart.
they're going to try to rip that couple apart. And this is my thing. Fine, test them, but you can't then use you setting him up on a date, him entertaining the date, and then saying, see, he doesn't like her. See, he
There's
wants
no
to
way
treat
that you
like a
can say
white
that he
girl or
doesn't
a
like
mixed
her.
girl
They have, in my opinion, the most authentic connection I've seen on a TV show in
in a
years.
long time.
Like, I don't remember the last time I was like, I feel the energy between them. It's electric. Like, I don't feel like that often. I did feel it actually with Johnny and Sally. But before that, I can't even think of another couple that had that chemistry that I felt was palpable. Sorry,
I
continue.
think they could be Johnny and Sally, but in the right way, because in my opinion, Johnny and Sally would have worked if Johnny wasn't so fucking immature.
Yeah, he's 21 at the
He was
time.
21. Sally was what, like 26,
24, 24.
24, 24, 25. She, like, to me, that was their issue. He was too young. I feel like the reason why these two will work out, he's 29.
Yeah.
She's 29. They are in the same life pattern
Yes.
that they should be, where they want to have the trajectory of an actual relationship, which was what I was always saying was missing from them casting some of these younger guys in the show.
Yeah, and I think also with people that are born around the same time as you share in your astrological chart
Mm-hmm.
the same north node, and your north node is your destiny line. And
Mm-hmm.
so so when people say sometimes like, oh, age is just a number, well, sometimes if
Mm-hmm.
like when you look at what your collective life path destiny line is saying, that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people, their focus in this lifetime is going to be building relationships, and that's something that they're focusing on. Or it could be that they're looking to develop sense of self. Like, that's collectively what the society is going to be, or that age year is going to be going through. Or, it could be so many different things. Obviously 12 very major different focuses for each sign. And
Yeah.
so the fact that when people say like age is just a number, like it doesn't mean anything, and it's like, it actually means a lot, because what you're focusing on collectively, like, that you'll have that same energy and feelings around certain things, and you'll be kind of just moving in the same direction. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, I feel like too, if he was set up with Bria or with a fair skinned black girl, they would not be doing this.
That's true. That's true.
And to me, Zeta is it. And I keep saying this. This is the thing. Every season I go through this. They did this with Justine. They did this with Cash. I keep saying these are the it girls, and they keep not listening to me. Zeta is it. The girl is it.
She's great. She's great, and she has a British accent, like and she's the director of the whole season of the villa. Like, she's facilitating storylines, she's making sure people talk, she's giving the advice, she's hosting the competitions, she's in a really good relationship right now. Like, I don't know, like, what else do you want from this poor girl? You want to see her heartbroken? Ah,
Yeah,
I see.
that's what that.
I
If she
see.
doesn't get her heart broken, it wasn't real, and then they will blame him. She
Oh.
doesn't. She shouldn't be with him because he broke her heart. Y'all are idiots.
And then it'll be like, oh, then she's turning back on him, and then you're gonna turn against her if she accepts him after, if so he does something. Anyways, Naomi says, I will stop watching if they are not in the final. Wow. I mean, I'm gonna watch it just because I need to follow through with
I was gonna
this,
say
like,
we gotta
with
cover
this
it,
3 month
but I would
experiment.
too if I wasn't covering it.
That would be straight bullshit. Finn, yes, thank you, Luna. Have I missed an episode of Love Island USA?
No, so at the end of the
Oh,
episode,
of the most
you
recent episodes, the
yeah, I
Sundays
think it cut off in my
stream.
watch party stream. But there's siblings that are coming in, and the vote for that night was to choose dates for them, and a bunch of people were choosing Timmy for the date. I personally chose Jesse twice, and Deb and Serenity. And I did, because I have two different devices that I could vote on. Some people were choosing Isaiah because he got thrown over. Um, yeah, so Isaiah and Maddie. So
That's fun.
I don't know. We'll see.
So yes, it's not that he's being set up on a date. It's just with people saying who they voted for. It looks like they're trying to interfere with Timmy a bit. A little bit. Okay, so let's talk about this episode, even though we're talking about the end first. Luca and Gemma are kind of talking, and she didn't think that he was really happy and was like, I can't actually remember. I didn't write it fully down. Oh yeah, no, she didn't think that he was sexy. Sorry, with his talent show, and he was kind of getting annoyed with the fact that like she didn't find him sexy. And she's like, you were cute, but like you weren't sexy. He wasn't sexy. You're lucky that she's saying that you were cute, Gemma or Luca.
Here he goes fishing for compliments again. A.
He's a fisherman.
B. Yesterday you were saying that she was punching up. Let it go. The fact that she said you weren't sexy, let it go. Considering
it's like, Luca, you weren't sexy.
Like, considering you said she was punching up and she didn't like make a big deal about it, you stop.
He's the worst. So India and Dami were so cute here because she's like, oh, so I'm gonna get a recorder and I'm gonna take a little more lessons, and then like as if she's gonna start going on tour as a recorder singer or like recorder. Was really funny. And then you have like Dami being like, I need to burn that recorder. So I thought it was a really cute moment.
And breaking it. So funny story. Summer was on the morning after podcast, and she said that she came in the villa with 3 bucket hats. And you know how that she and Billy left from the beach club and didn't get to pack their stuff, and she said she got back too, her white one and her black one, and then she's like, where's my pink one? What the heck happened to my pink bucket hat? And she said the next day she saw it on his head during the damn talent show. She's so pissed. She's like, can you imagine? But yeah,
they're both like, oops.
So funny. Yeah. It was actually pretty hilarious. But yeah.
Sharnice, sorry, is right here. Hi, Sharnice. He was singing High School Musical. What is sexy about that? Absolutely.
Who was it? Somebody. Oh, I think it was Ikenna. Ikenna tweeted something, and I was like, exactly. Hold on, let me see what he said about him. He tweeted something about him that was hilarious, and I'm like, yeah, basically that's what he sounded like. It wasn't sexy. You're lucky she even said that she was like insisting he did good, and I'm like, girl, you know he didn't do good, but I guess that's your job because he was bad.
So San's just correcting us here. So he said that he wasn't punching because Paige says he was. Well, him saying that he's not punching. Sorry.
Isn't that what I just said, or did I not say?
I mean, maybe we were saying that he said directly that Gemma is punching, but he said that no. It's just semantics. It's just semantics. It wasn't actually been said. Mm-hmm. So Dan's here. Hi, Dan. So Dan, shocked that Demi is in the bottom. Well, I'm annoyed. I'm not shocked. I get that Dami is done wrong and cast him more, but Liam did the same thing last season, and him and Millie were never in the bottom. Mm-hmm. And they won the show.
Yeah.
Sans also says, nope, he wasn't punching because sorry, I said that already. Luca acts like he doesn't understand the difference between sexy and cute. Like, how in the world does he think that he was supposed to look sexy performing a High School Musical song? Maybe he was like he wants her to think that he's Zac Efron.
So Ikenna's Twitter account, which I don't think is being run by him, I think it's being run by his handler still, said whack Efron. Perfect. That's exactly it. Basically, that's what he was. How was that sexy?
Efron. No,
how was that sexy?
And like,
it was cute. Like, I could see it being cute, but that wasn't sexy.
It wasn't sexy at all. Sorry. And Zac Efron wouldn't be sexy doing it as well. I think Zac Efron's a better looking guy than you, Luca, though. So if that's what you're butthurt about, then that's a different story. So Gemma is getting annoyed with Luca's behavior. And wait. Oh, just kidding. I'm lying. Sorry. I'm thinking about the end part right now, not the beginning of this episode. No, this is the Ekin-Su and Davide of it all. So Ekin-Su is still annoyed by whatever was said during the talent show. And she's still wearing her gown and her sash or whatever. And Davide is saying that her behavior is pissing him off. And so Ekin kind of walks past, and he's like, Ekin, are you okay? And she's like, oh, this the drama queen, the drama queen. And I'm just like, I get that she's a drama queen or whatever. She's a Leo. So we talk about Leos. They want to be center stage, blah, blah, blah. But like, if your girl is upset about something and it's something just happened, wouldn't you just be like, hey, babe, what's going on? Like, what happened? Like, whatever it was, I would apologize. Or like, why does he need to let it be a big drama when all he had to say is like, oh, did I say something? Like, why are you mad? Like, what happened?
This is the things that piss me off. Like, I just, and then it's kind of, was it this time? See, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm thinking about the end, and I can't remember what happened. If it was the beginning or the end.
So basically, so they're all up by the kitchen, and Davide's making carbonara, and he's like, oh, can you give this to Ekin-Su? And she's like, oh, he gave it to me. And so she, I guess, eats the carbonara. Then they finally go and sit down and chat. And, he's like, I don't want any drama in the outside world.
Yeah, right then. Okay. And that's like, but then you're going to say, I don't want any drama in the outside world. But you started it.
By, like, not just nipping in the bud right away.
Like, I don't understand that. Like, you can't keep saying you don't want this and the outside, which I don't believe his ass. I think he loves it. Because he contributes to it. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be different if the other person, like if it was just one person. Y'all are both contributing to it. And I think you love it. I think you secretly love it.
Absolutely. Because
it makes you feel like, oh, she's still into me.
She's still into me, and I have her like this, and I can control her. But like, you could nip this in the bud very easily if you don't want the drama. If you're like, whoa, you're mad? What are you mad about? That's all you had to do. Instead of being like, oh, Ekin-Su's mad, she's causing the drama. Oh yeah, like, oh, just leave her alone. We don't want this. Like, sorry, like that is really rude. And if someone did that to me, that was my boyfriend, I would be pissed. Like, yeah. I would come back with some real drama. Like, if someone like brushed me off the way that he's so dismissive of Ekin-Su sometimes, like, I would not be as polite as she's been. I'd be vexed as hell.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how they resolved it. She didn't even really state exactly why she was mad.
If they unless they cut something out, it was just like they both sort of like bygones and kept it moving, which is fine. And I think they, that's not bad, but I hope it's also not her pushing stuff to the side that's gonna end up coming back later because she's not addressing it. That's the only thing.
I mean, I'm thinking that if she was in the real world, she might address it differently. I think she does remember at all times that she's on a TV show and that she's trying to get to the end and win.
Yeah.
And so having this be a moment, so this is a moment, it's informative for her, but she's going to play it out that they get along. I did think it was cute, though, when he was like, okay, sorted. Like yeah. I thought that was cute how he kind of like, okay, we're done. Or it's okay, sorted. Like, I wish he just had done that from the beginning. Then I wouldn't have been annoyed with how Davide was handling, it's someone that he's supposed to care about, his feelings being upset.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know why she's upset. So because you don't know why she's upset, that means she's a drama queen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Do you think he'll be a different person off TV? Possibly. If she's not on TV, and so that he has to question her motives or question what's going on around them,
I think
you think he'll settle in? Because
I think he will settle in because I do think this environment is a bit false and it's bringing out maybe different parts of her personality. She came onto the show as a bombshell, as someone that's supposed to go in and break up relationships. And so I think all that is kind of clouding him being able to see her as just a person that he met at a cafe or something, So
yeah, I'm hoping, because I know he's older. So I'm hoping, because sometimes it just comes across so immaturely. this tit for tat bullshit he's always doing with her. Then again, if he's like, an earth sign, it might just be here to stay. So there's that.
She might get bored, to be honest, in
Yeah,
the end,
yeah,
like without having the element of the TV show.
yeah. Hmm.
Jessica says, "Why do they even take Ekin-Su seriously?" I don't know. I don't think that she was really upset. She was just smirking the whole time. Ekin-Su likes to fight and make up, in my opinion. That's true. She does, and she always says that. She's like, "That's like our relationship. We fight and we make up and we eat food." And so, you know, she's holding, their standard of their relationship. So telling on the outside, Davide will not. Oh, telling you now on the outside, Davide will not like Ekin-Su being the center of attention because he'll want to be it. It's not going to work. I don't think it
I
will
don't.
work for very long.
I don't think it'll work, but I also don't think that's ever actually gonna happen. I think they'll both be center of tension, which is why it possibly could work. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't
Just
think it's ever
because they'll
gonna.
have attention from the show, so it will
Yeah,
probably be advantageous for them to be for them to be together.
yeah,
The Molly May and Tommy effect. I just call it
yeah,
that, or the
yeah.
Olivia
Like he
and
has
Alec
Tommy has
Bowen.
his own separate thing from Molly Mae. They have their own like celebrity status that does not conflict. Like if he goes and does a cooking show, Akinde is acting. They're
Yeah.
both getting
Mhm.
attention. I don't think that'll be the issue. I just think this tit for tat thing will be the issue because it's going to start pissing her off.
Yeah, she's gonna get bored with it for
Yeah,
sure.
because even at this, crack on the outside, like, don't do that. Like, that's not nice. No, even if she wasn't, who she was, I would not want to hear that. Like, I wouldn't. If we heard Dammy say that to India, I'm already combining their names. We would be pissed on her behalf. Like, don't do that to her. Why are you already saying you're going to be cracking on the outside?
It's rude and it's disrespectful and it's not nice to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, no.
Sharnice says Davide said it during her speech. He told her not to be less dramatic. He likes the dramatics. Yeah, he does. He's interested in her, and that's even Adam was saying like, oh, like I think it's because Ekin-Su is fiery and impulsive is why
Mhm.
Davide likes her, not because she's stunning. She's
Right.
so pretty, I find.
I think it's both. I don't think he would have ever entertained her. I think that's why no other girl has been able to pull him because
Yeah,
I
she's
think
both.
she's both. I think the dramatics is actually what to him takes it away, but he secretly likes it.
Yeah,
But
it
he
makes him
doesn't want to.
feel wanted.
Yeah, he doesn't want to admit that he likes it because he won't even admit that he like actually really likes her. Like he's always like, it's her. She's the one that likes me.
Like I could
Like
get it like that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He likes her, I think. So Dan says, I feel like Davide has always witnessed Ekin-Su being so dramatic, so I feel like he's not taking her seriously.
I think that was
But why do
before.
we
I
need
don't
to
think
take her
that's
even more
now.
seriously? Like she's not really ever doing anything that's that bad.
Yeah.
Like she's upset and she's a person that's expressive. So like as an Italian person, they kind of get the standard of dramatics with their hand movements. Like that's just kind of like a stereotype that's attributed to Italians. And then they say like Latinas are usually fiery women, and that's kind of like stereotypes that are attributed to Latinas. And so I think that there's something about this fiery energy
Mhm.
that he enjoys from Ekin-Su, but he doesn't. I'm agreeing with you. He doesn't want to show that he actually likes it.
Right.
I don't think he needs to take her that seriously. Like, what's so serious about being in this villa? Like,
I don't know.
this doesn't have to be serious. I don't think. So, Mabel, Ekin-Su's friend, said we haven't seen anything yet with Ekin. She's toning it down.
I believe it.
Even more dramatic.
I believe it.
Of course
I
she
think he
is.
started toning it down since like
For
a little bit
Davide.
before um Casa Amor for Davide, which is not a bad thing necessarily. Sometimes you do have to know
How to
uh
compromise.
yeah, how to compromise and not compromise yourself, but there's some parts of my personality that some people can take, but I have to know in what room to use it in. Like I'm not
Mhm.
going to use outside Tamika at work.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. So Yeah, I
Like,
mean, I can
like
imagine her being even more fun.
yeah, like she can't use actress Ekin-Su in her relationship.
Mm-mm. No,
So she just gonna have to learn to. I'll turn it up at work and mellow out when I come home to Davide.
exactly. Exactly. So I thought it was cute though. Everybody joking around before going to bed. Ekin-Su and Davide are like throwing water at each other, and Sammy and India were doing something as well. They were all just kind of being cute, joking around. And Adam says that he used to do card tricks when he was younger, so he has even more card tricks up his
Yeah,
sleeve.
I've heard.
Which I was like, that's I like think that's kind of fun. That made me like
Yeah,
him a little bit more.
I told you, I was like, I was impressed yesterday. I actually was shocked. I was like, he has talent. A talent.
Like if he's gonna go on to UK, Britain's Got Talent next.
And not tricky young women.
Was it in the morning or yeah, it was the Dammy's 10-second fart? Poor Gemma. She goes back and tells the women. I think it
He's
was in the
got
morning.
to regulate his diet or something. He must
She's
be
like,
lactose intolerant.
she's
It's
like, you
not.
sounded
What
wet.
did she said? Like, could you just like go to the bathroom? I don't understand. I mean, I know they share a bathroom, so I
I
guess
guess
that would make it
what you're they're just getting real comfortable with each other.
obviously. But
So
and I do love that India was like, that's disgusting.
um so in the morning, what am I writing there?
Is it the salon
Oh, I said food heal.
food? You know.
Like food heals everything. I don't know.
Uh,
Um, so yes, they were talking about the beauty salon, and so the boys are thinking of giving the girls a beauty salon and maybe a little bit of mimosas and stuff like that. I'm wondering, it must be the producers like, do something nice for the girls, because like I don't see a world where Dabby's coming up with that on his own necessarily.
was it Danny that came up with it? I was just
I
like,
think so.
I'm
Oh
like,
no, it was Adam, or maybe it
I
was
was gonna
Adam.
say it was Adam. That I can believe, but it actually played really well in my opinion for the boys because they needed to do that. And most of those girls deserve that.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So yes, sorry, I did write down. Adam suggested a salon, a bit of a pamper day with some cucumbers and mimosas. So definitely, I would enjoy that. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So the salon spa is open. And someone says, "Cheers to the boys being whipped." I think it was Gemma that said that.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
So they're all getting massages, and I was laughing so hard with Ekin-Su moaning with Tabby Jane giving her a massage. I was like, Ekin-Su.
And then she was making sexual innuendos again. She must be hard up for somebody. Get this girl to a hideaway. Jesus.
I mean, I don't think that they would do anything in there though.
True.
Not that I care, but I just feel like he's more reserved in that way.
True.
Son, oops, just kidding. Said salon spa, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the food heals part was when Ekin-Su was recapping her fight. Oh, yes. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for understanding my notes. With
Mm-hmm.
Davide from the night before, she was saying she got over it once Davide cooked her the carbonara. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Jessica. That's exactly what I meant to write. So you read my mind. Ekin-Su is going through withdrawals bad. Yes. It's like, yeah, when she said at the end, like, just stick it in, Davide, that wasn't even an innuendo. That was like real talk. Okay, so then an interesting not interesting, but not an interesting conversation started. So I think it was Danica that started it saying, do you like carrot cake? So let's pose the question. Do you like carrot cake? I
I
love
like
carrot cake.
carrot cake only made a certain way.
What's a certain way? Okay.
No nuts.
Oh,
Raisins are okay.
okay.
And the cream cheese frosting has to be really, really good.
Okay. I mean, I told you I think yesterday that I don't like cream cheesy stuff.
Hmm.
I always get a tummy ache, so I just don't like it. But I love a carrot cake. It's not too sweet. I like it with nuts. I like it with raisins.
Mhm,
Any carrot cake for me is a good carrot cake.
mhm.
If there was a raw vegan, like like a cashew cream sauce on top, I'd probably like that better. I wouldn't have it with the cream cheese frosting, but I like carrot cake. Have you
Yeah.
had a lemon drizzle?
Yes.
Well, okay, what's I don't know what it is. So what's a lemon drizzle?
It's like a pound cake, and then you drizzle like a lemony uh like you take confectionery sugar and mix it with like a little lemon, and then you just drizzle
That's
it
the drizzle.
over. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like sugar and lemon is the drizzle.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never had that, but I've had like a lemon poppy seed
Yes, I like
muffins
lemon
and
poppy seed too.
but so then we get a text and it's going to be the Mile High Club. And so all the women are going to be basically giving lap dances to the boys sitting on airplane. We always do objectify both sexes for the most part in these challenges,
Hmm.
which is what is really annoying about Luca.
Yeah.
Like I get it. You like this girl or you're obsessed with this girl,
Yes.
whatever. But it's a challenge. So nothing in there, especially if you are right there, is to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Like even when we've seen like postcards and stuff like that on other seasons, they're like, "Oh, that looks like it's in a challenge." That means that there's no real sexual intention going on. And I didn't really write down everybody's thing, except for that Dammy thought that Tasha and India's kiss was so sexy. I was like, really? I didn't look at it, but like
I didn't look at it either.
she's like, oh, he like bit her lip and he was, oh, it's so sexy. I was like, Dammy, are you into watching Andrew and Tasha? Is that your kink?
Mhm.
Oh, you're not
Um,
happy.
I didn't watch it really, so
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was just kind of repetitive for sure.
yeah. Um, but I will say Gemma was the most tame out of all those girls.
I
Out of
agree.
every girl that went, Gemma literally was the most tame, and you could tell it was like so out of her, like
She's
she
so
was
uncomfortable.
forcing herself to do that shit. That's what pissed me off about his
She
reaction.
was so uncomfortable and she's like, okay, I don't know, like, okay, like, just take this. And like, like, like
Yeah,
it was so timid.
yeah,
There was no, like, I think also she's very hyper aware that her family and her dad might be watching this and she is very young. So I feel like she's always also thinking about not being too sexually provocative
mhm.
on
Well,
TV. Just,
somebody, I think one of the other Islanders that came out said that she's not into PDA. It might have been Amber.
she's definitely, well, she seems like she's not.
Yeah, and so I mean, if she's not into PDA, she's not going to be into like sexually flow forward movements. So if you know that your girl is not into PDA, she's barely doing anything with you in front of camera, and she has to do this challenge. You don't do the shit he did today.
No, make her feel like garbage for just like trying her best to do the challenge that she's like being paid to do, basically.
Right.
Yeah, he's the worst to me. What do you think about Adam liking Paige when she was doing up the buckles of the other men?
I'm sure he does like
Uh,
watching her with other men because I think he very much objectifies her.
hmm, what do you mean?
I think that he doesn't. I don't think he sees her. He keeps saying she's wifey material. I don't believe that.
Right. No, I don't believe it either. I don't think he knows what wife material is at all.
Yeah.
Hi, Tasha. Was some of India's part cut from the challenge? Hers did seem short.
Hers always seems short. They never seem to show all her stuff. I feel like they do it not to show her actually with any white man.
Personality. Oh, with the white
No,
man. Oh.
yeah, she didn't do anything with anybody else. It was only with Dammy. And
Wow.
I noticed that seems to happen very often to
I
her.
haven't noticed. I'll if there's more challenges, I will definitely pay attention.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's not so bad with Danica because she's
a
lighter.
dancer, and she's light skinned. Absolutely, light
Yeah.
skinned will get a pass for sure.
Yeah.
Um, if there's that kind of colorism going on within the network. So I remember with Pages though too, she like does the whole thing and then she gets all the girls to run out and spray the guys with champagne. I'm like, why does she get to have a whole scene? And everybody else just gets to do whatever, just do up their buckles and maybe kiss their guy and then go do the rest of the challenge where they
Because she
jump
was
up and down.
supposed to win. Because it was all thing for her to win, in my opinion.
But why? What was she? What, like she was the sexiest.
She was not to me.
She
I
was.
actually liked Tasha's
Tasha's was good.
and India's. Like I
Danika's and
thought,
Danika's was good too. I thought.
and Danika's was Danika's part, but she was already prepared for beach hunt. She was like, the exits are here. Like to me, they were the top three. But
100%.
like I even liked just the part that they showed us of India because she was like, even she was like, to me it was so uncomfortable. So she's like, I just loved that she just sprayed the both of them. I thought that was so sexy.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Just like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I thought it was inventive
yeah,
or good for her to do, considering she's a little bit awkward in those type of situations.
yeah,
Um, I was like, page one,
yeah.
what?
I personally, if they were gonna vote for one of the white girls, I would have voted for Tasha personally. I thought it was gonna be Tasha, and then they
Tasha's
said
way
Paige.
better. Like
She
yeah, like
was to
sexy
me.
type things
Yeah.
for sure. Like he's not sexy at all. So just before we get to pass this out, so Son says lemon drizzle is the best cake ever. Okay, maybe I'll go to the UK and I'll try one because I've never had it. And Luna likes carrot and walnut. I mean, carrot and walnut's delicious. I love carrot cake.
I
It's my
hate
go-to.
walnuts.
Really, they're really
Yeah,
good for
that's why
you.
they always put walnuts in carrot cake. That's why I don't like nuts in my carrot cake.
They have a lot of antioxidants.
Yeah, I don't. I know. They're supposed to be good. I hate. They're like the worst nut. I hate them.
Did you like get sick on them when you were younger?
No, they literally. I just literally do not like the taste. I'll eat most nuts. That's the one that like I can't stand the most.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
obsessed with that, so I like them all for the most part. So Jessica says Luca has been here from the start. So why is he so bothered? The issue with Luca is his controlling nature. If some people were bothered, they would have just made a joke of it too. He's too serious. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Like so. Next is like you looked at him in the in a way that like I didn't like how you looked at him. What?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Be like, you were laughing with him. What were you laughing about?
Yep.
Like,
He's
why'd you
gonna.
hug him? Why'd you hug him? I'm standing right here.
How do you say he's going to not alienate, but he's going to make her like basically come home and be like home, and that's it. And while he goes out and does whatever he wants to. That's it's gonna. I worry for her so much.
She's gonna be okay. Her family is rich. They're gonna tell her exactly where it's at, and she can be like, "Mwah, let's cut that off. I think she can. I think she'll be fine. But in this villa, she's not fine.
Mm-mm.
Jessica says Paige is looked at as the good girl or the girl next door, so she can do the bare minimum, and the boys go crazy.
Yeah.
It's so whack.
So they mentioned that on the podcast, and I think I also saw somebody say it on Twitter that but all the guys are always saying how Paige is like the best girl in there and blah blah, and Summer was kind of just like, yeah, nah. And then on Twitter, like I told you, it came out in an interview that Coco said she is not nice. um Coco said her closest people were India, Danica, and Summer when she was there. And she was like, yeah, Paige is not nice. And somebody's like, yeah,
You know
the
the can you give us a second? Like that part?
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's her personality,
That's
full
her
on.
personality. And it's obvious that she's a pick me. She's a pygmy.
mm, mm. I see what you're saying. So after the challenge, the girls are talking, and Gemma is rightfully annoyed with Luca for the fact that he had a face on him when she was doing the challenge instead of being supportive because his girl is uncomfortable and is doing something out of her comfort zone. He
Right.
sucks. Luca is like pretending like he's fine. I think he was in the water at this point. Um, so Gemma's talking to Dammy and she's pissed, and Dammy tells him to go and talk to Luca. So she finally goes and sits down in front of Luca, and he's pretending to be all nice. So he gets out of the pool, and it's like, want to go chat, and so they just go over and they sit down and they chat. And so he's like, I'm not in a mood. I'm not in a mood. So that is pure gaslighting,
Yep.
right? Like
Yep.
that's where your gaslighting's happening. Like you're saying that she is crazy for thinking about the fact that she picked up on an attitude that you are giving at the challenge. You're saying that it's no, that didn't happen. And then she gets you to say, like, well, at that time I was bothered, but now I'm fine. It's like, so
Right.
you said that you weren't bothered, and you're telling me that I shouldn't even think that you were bothered, but you were. And so she was calling him out on actually gaslighting her.
Yep.
And then he was like, well, like switching it up. Well, don't you think I have a right to be like feel like this way? Don't you think that there's something that I deserve to be irritated or frustrated about the situation? And that is not the point at all. And she wasn't letting him have that. She's like, that's not the point. The point is, I asked you if you were bothered and you said no, and now
Right.
you said that you were. And so I'm seeing I think she's smart enough to realize that he's gaslighting her.
Yeah. And I think she realizes it's because she's like she said later, she said it's because he did not want to seem controlling because again, we all know he's playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, so that's why he answered. But in her head, if we're in a real relationship, you need to tell me when you're bothered, especially when I know you are bothered.
Uh-oh. Son says Murad on his channel today showed a clip of a TikTok of a girl who Luca said bullied her at school. Well, they're probably
Yes,
gonna all come out of the woodworks.
I did see that.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah, something about she I think her dad was in a wheelchair or something and he bullied her about yeah, it was the whole thing. It's not cool. I believe it. I I believe it. I believe
Not
it.
great. So, hi, Mary. So Mary says some of the girls in the villa seem to be overpage too. They seem annoyed or unimpressed by her in the challenge and when she was talking during the challenge recap. Yeah, but because I think it's because the whole Jax thing, she didn't get to have the actual repercussions of his Casa Amor, right? So she's like untouched by movie night, had nothing to do with her. And so I think that they're probably a little bit resentful to the fact that
Mhm.
she gets to be like, oh my God, now I'm in this perfect relationship with Adam, when everybody else there had to go through something to a certain extent with Casa Amor and movie night and all that stuff. And so I think that that could also be why there's a little bit of resentment. And she's also thinking that she's a good girl and that she's kind of better than everybody because she didn't have to face any of these things. But she doesn't know what has happened over there. And she'll be in a bit of a rude for awakening after the fact, for sure. So I didn't understand how like Luca got pissed off. She's like, Luca, no, sorry, Luca walks off. And so now he's annoyed. I'm just like rolling my eyes at him. And then it's all because she licked Adam, which like it wasn't really that sexy. Like 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 in the heart rate challenge, that's like her like getting annoyed, him getting annoyed with the heart rate challenge. Like, is it just because he's intimidated by Andrew or Adam's height? 6'5"?
Because my whole thing was it, like you could see she forced herself to do that.
It was very obvious that she wasn't comfortable. So Gemma's explaining this to the girls, of course, annoyed. I think her annoyance is more warranted than his. We see the nighttime; they're all getting ready. And what am I right? Oh, and he's moaning to the boys. I'm just like you don't just see my where I'm coming from. Like my girl there, it's like doing all. It's like I don't want to see where you're coming from because I don't like that view. It's gross. Tasha makes a toast, and Ekin-Su's annoyed too because she's talking to Davide. Like, we've all done things in the challenge. Like, Davide even started saying that we've all done things in this challenge. So Davide, who is usually the person that like kind of picks up on the smallest of things to like point his finger at Ekin-Su, like if he's saying that he is overreacting, like, you're overreacting, Luca, for sure. So the girls and Dami are talking about the whole situation, and Gemma's explaining herself, like, he was in a mood, blah blah blah. Dami is validating Gemma's feelings, like, you have the right to feel the way that you do. Then he goes over and tells Luca, you have the right to feel the way that you do. And so he's trying to facilitate them coming together to chat.
To
But
be fair, though, I wonder if he, because he, has been put in the middle of other people's situation, he was trying to validate them both feelings at this point. Because before he was choosing sides, and that didn't seem to go over well.
do not be choosing sides in this one,
Yeah,
Dami,
yeah.
because if you don't want the smoke, like,
Yeah, pretty much. So I get it.
You're welcome, Charnice. Yes, Luca was the gaslighter. Absolutely.
Mhm.
People were actually saying Gemma was gaslighting Luca. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. I'm telling you, I saw people who are mad at Gemma and who think
For
that
holding
Luca
him
was.
accountable for what he is trying to get her caught up
They're
in.
saying that it's not fair that she doesn't understand how much he cares about
That
her,
is not an excuse to
and
emotionally manipulate
anybody
somebody.
would be jealous if they had to see their
We're not
girl
talking about
with a sweetheart.
jealousy, idiots. We're not talking about jealousy.
I'm
We're
telling
not
you,
talking about jealousy. We're talking about the
some
fact that
scary stuff I was
she
reading.
was doing the challenge. He was visibly upset. He said he wasn't upset. She said, you were upset. He says, I wasn't upset. Then he admits that he's upset. Then
Hmm.
she says, so you were upset. And he's like, well, don't I have the right to be upset?
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't. Well, you have the right to be upset, but you also you have to admit that you're upset in that moment, because you're changing what this fight is about. The fight is about the fact that you weren't supporting her in that moment, and then you were lying about the fact that you weren't upset about it. Anyways, I mean, it's a little bit nuanced for people to maybe understand the fact that, like, he fully gaslit her, and this is fully relationship emotional manipulation right here, because, like, he's teaching her to get caught up in, like, in this whirlwind of, he's manipulating her. It's gaslighting. It's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Sounds like it was when he said, don't you think you were doing the most out of all the girls? Absolutely. So then he's also shaming her, so making her feel bad about herself, and making it seem more so that he was in the right to feeling this way, and making her feel a certain type of way, lie about it. Go ahead.
He gave her a compliment and then used it to twist it and make her seem like a nasty girl.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that? That's sick in the head. He basically said she should have won the challenge because she was working everything up. But in that way, that made her a bad girlfriend. He's sick in the head, guys.
It's
That's
not
not
good.
kosher.
The nerve of him is right, Sans. Absolutely. Hi, CJ. Demi was so right about Luca. He has held Gemma hostage. Absolutely. And is playing to win. He is so fake.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep.
That's the one thing I don't get about some of the ex-Islanders, saying Luca looks worse than he is. Okay. Debbie called him out. Even Andrew made a big dig in the talent show about Luca always being under Gemma. He's dangerous. I thought it was interesting that Paige was so extra with the guys who are partnered up with the girls. I actually also did notice that with Paige. I was like, you're doing a bit too much here with Dami, and like, it's a bit too much.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I noticed that as well. But that's why
She's
I
that
said
type of girl, though, in my opinion, that like
that's why I'm
will
saying
want all
she's
everybody's boyfriends to be into
boyfriend.
them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that she's really the pick me.
Yeah, she's not really friends. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, it was so extra with the guys who are partnered with the girls. She's not really friends with, i.e., Dami and David. Yeah, I was just like, Mm?
Mhm.
I think Gemma's mom will not like Luca. No, because in a Murad video, he said that Gemma's mom does not like Luca at all. I didn't see that video, but I saw the headline of it, and so I
I'm
wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna say I believe unless Murad interviewed her mom, I would take whatever he's saying with a grain of salt. I do know that her mom commented on a post about them bullying Tasha that it was disgusting. I think a lot of people are taking that and twisting it into that his her mom hates
Doesn't
him
like him.
again. Right.
I think that that
Again.
was the example that he was giving though at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So I hope that people understand that if she gets on this show next week or the end of this week and it's Parents' Day and she doesn't say anything to him, it's because
One
she
thing wants
doesn't
their
want
daughter
to
to
miss.
win.
Yes.
But we did see in the US version that some parents they didn't come out and say things,
Right.
but they alluded to like, we support
Hmm.
whatever decision you make. If you hear that, that
Hmm.
means they don't like him and to run.
Hmm.
Like, remember Sally's sister? Like,
Hmm.
we'll talk
Yep.
outside the show.
Yep.
We'll let you do what you're gonna do. So I'm actually very interested to see how the parents will
That's
react
handled. I
to.
have a feeling her mom's not going to show up. I'm going to tell you the truth. I have a feeling her mom doesn't show up
Hmm. I,
because so many people are waiting to see her mother's reaction to him. I have a feeling her mother does not
so
show
what,
up.
like a sibling? Like I think
Yeah.
she's gonna have someone to come up,
Yeah, she'll have somebody. I'm just saying I don't think it'll be the
but
mom.
not like I think she'll have a parent since like I
No.
don't. Anyways, we'll see.
Her dad's not coming. We know
I
that.
don't think her
So
dad will come, but I think her
no,
mom might come.
he's already made a statement that he will not be there. So
So Tasha has a good point. People are still questioning Paige and Dammy's friendship. Maybe it's Paige. Maybe it's Paige. Maybe it is Paige. Always trying to find Dammy because we have such a good connection and relationship, but like she's just kind of laying it on a bit. So
I
yeah,
don't
she
see
won.
him entertaining it as much as he did in the beginning. So I think he's fully in India's
I think he's
camp.
fully into India. I don't think that he was necessarily into Paige at all. But what
Mhm.
Tasha is saying here is that she thinks that that Paige has been instigating it a little bit
Yes.
more
Yeah.
than Dammy would. Like Dammy might not be involved in all those conversations if
Hmm.
Paige wasn't the one that started them.
Yeah.
So Luca finally gets Gemma and go, and they're going to go up to the terrace and talk. So it's kind of romantic there. And we talked already about the situation that pissed me off. I love when she's just like, I think you're being dramatic. And I'm just like, yeah, he's being dramatic and he's being an asshole and he's being a gaslighter. He's being emotionally
He
manipulative.
took his mic off in the first conversation as if the relationship was over and he was leaving the villa.
Well, he's taking his mic off because he was mad and he didn't want to say things on the mic that he didn't want to have recorded. Probably. I was hoping that he was leaving.
I was
That's
hoping
it.
he was leaving too.
And he does say, "Do you want to be with me?" And she's like, "Well, obviously." And then he got pissed again. I was like,
Yeah.
"What? Why?" I didn't understand why he got pissed there.
Why? Because she didn't say it faster? Why? Because she
Maybe she
didn't
took
say
too
it with
long.
enough effort?
Yeah, maybe it was on a timer that she wasn't aware of.
I don't like him. I'm
And
sorry.
so she leaves. Whatever. I think she says, "So you can crack on then," or he said that probably to her. And then we see Luca looking at pictures while he's lying down on the couch on the terrace. I'm just like, get out of here. You should have walked off and left. I would made me a lot happier for sure.
Right.
Gemma goes downstairs to talk to the ladies, and she's like, I wouldn't say it's sorted. And then they get a text, and it's going to be a dumping. And so we already talked about at the beginning, the bottom couples are Damia and India. It was actually the order was that it was read out was Sanika and Jamie, Damia and India. And I was like, you fucking kidding me? That's so annoying. I think I'm invested in their relationship, and they are at risk of going home when the people that I'm not invested in their relationships are
Oh,
sitting pretty.
I just thought about it. They can't send India and Dami home. Who's like what relationship is in there other than
Dude,
Ekin-Su and Davide?
unless they're trying to really pad it for them to win.
That's
But I don't
disgusting.
think that they have the same votes. So,
No, I don't. I don't. I don't see them having a show. If they send them
well,
home.
like definitely Dami and India are at par with Davide and Ekin-Su on entertainment factor of the season.
Right.
So I do not know what they think is good. Like Dam, we saw Dammy this episode. Like you
Right.
said that you don't really care for him sometimes, like meddling, but he still goes around. He made like them go up to the terrace. Like he still
This
is a little mini
meddling I was
producer.
fine with. I didn't like it when he was like saying stuff about Tasha, then going and comforting her. Like, just comfort her and stay out of it. Like, do what she did tonight. This is what he should have been doing with Tasha, and be like, you're valid, he's valid, and just leave it at that.
So Sans agrees that it's going to be a friend or a sibling attending for Gemma. Yep, he's childish and controlling. He's the worst. I don't think that it's going to be a surprise. I think Tanika's going to be going home. I just do not see a world where Paige and Adam are leaving. I just don't. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the episode. Anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't talk about?
No.
Nope.
I was thoroughly disgusted with. I was in my office cursing him out every time he would say something. I said, because you were.
I was like, I actually was yelling. I'm like, you're garbage.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're garbage.
Like,
That's kind of what I kept on saying. Dan wants to know if you ladies were to make your own OG cast for the season, who were the 5 girls and who were the 5 boys? Well, I think personally, I would actually take. Sorry.
Of this cat of the
I think this season, like everybody that's been through, I think that what I would do would be allow all the Black people to be on the season at one time, and that it would be a very different show. But like I feel like Afia did really get an opportunity. Like she kind of came in at a weird time, and there was nobody there for her at that exact moment. But maybe when India and Dami actually cracked on, she might have had an opportunity with Ikenna, who knows? So I think that I would just like to see, I guess it's kind of like Ready to Love and other shows that are predominantly Black, with the whole cast being of the same background. I just maybe would like to see this cast, all the Black people getting an opportunity to find love and interacting and intermingling at the same time. So kind of a boring season, not boring, but like answer, I mean. But I am also, if I'm going to mix it up a little bit, I do think that Ekin-Su was fun, but I think she worked as a bombshell. So I don't think she would be a part of the OG cast if I were to make it a little bit more mixed. But yeah, I think I just would want to give opportunity to all the Black people.
I agree. I think that Ekin-Su definitely worked as a bombshell. That some people think she's an OG, but she's a bomb. She was a bombshell. She was a good bomb. Some of the other bombs, I'm not sure about. I think I would have moved Natalia to Casa, and I think there's a reason why they actually didn't, because by that time I think they were also the producers were Saudi Ekinde, and
I'm like, who's Natalia?
The girl that just went out.
Oh,
so I think. I think I would have put her actually in Casa.
She would be a good Casa girl, to be honest.
I think she would have been a better Casa girl. I think
too late. It's not good timing for her.
No.
She might have given Ekin-Su a run for her money with Davide.
Yeah.
With a little more time.
Yep. I think she would have been a better Casa girl, personally. Lacey was okay, nothing there, and I think the guys were okay where they were. I think Jay was a good bomb. I think Jax was a good bomb. I wouldn't have moved any of them into OG status, so I kind of agree with Chantel here, where I probably would have put most of the Black people in the
give them a chance.
And give them a chance.
I would. Wouldn't you love it to start with that, and then all these white people come in, and then they can't find a connection, and they just get dumped one after each other?
Because, like, look at Afia and Remy might have worked, or I mean, I want to believe that Dami and India would have worked regardless, but if he was an OG, would it have, instead of Ikenna, would it have been more of a game between Remy and, because I really do think he likes India. To be fair,
Could have been interesting.
or even Deji. I think Deji would have been a good OG. Switch Deji and Ikenna. Not to say he would have been better with India, but maybe he would have been better with Amber or Afia. Like those are just the things that like I would have moved around.
Considering none of the white people really liked any of the black people of this season. So,
Right, right, right,
yeah.
right.
So that would be, I think, would like to see, like with this particular cast, that would be interesting just to see how things might have changed if
Mm-hmm.
the starting cast was a little bit different.
Yeah.
CJ says at this point, I won't be surprised if Luca and Gemma win. I wouldn't be surprised either, but I don't think that they will. Gemma said that her parents grew up together and have known each other since that they were in nursery school, and you call it kindergarten. Yeah, well, nursery. We have nursery right before
Nursery.
kindergarten,
I was gonna say nursery for us would be
like age two,
daycare.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I call it nursery. I don't know if it's because my dad's British, but
Yeah.
Paige's face when she was called for the bottom 3.
That was that was the only thing that made this episode worth. Yo, she was so upset, and that was probably the best part of the episode because.
And Adam's probably like, man, I made a mistake here. I made a mistake. I made a
He did.
mistake.
He made a few fatal errors. I think. I can if they got sent home, man, I would be so happy.
You'd rather see Tasha and Andrew win over Gemma and Luca? I guess I agree.
I
I
said that
guess I
last,
agree.
but again, that's what I said last episode. Remember, I said the same thing. I said if that was like the top, well, it was Sunday. I said if that was the top, and that means Tasha and Andrew win, and then Paige and Adam are in the bottom. I think I'm okay. And Gemma and Luca
I
are in
just
the
do
bottom.
not want Tasha and Andrew to win. I don't
I
enjoy
don't
them as a
either.
couple.
I don't either. I think they're terrible.
Oh. Anyways, well, that's pretty much it for this episode. Unless there's anything else you'd like to bring up, we would be going live probably at midnight, closer to midnight tonight, because I do a the Amazing Race Canada recap, and that finishes at 10. Then I'll watch the episode. Oh, wait. No, yeah, and then I'll watch the episode and then go live with Tamika after. So make sure you join Tamika if you want to join us on the recap after on her Twitch streaming channel, Entertainment in Color, where she will be sharing with you the stream of it at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll go live at midnight tonight. Tomorrow, though, we might have to do a double episode on Thursday. I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch it in time, but we'll let you know. I'll make a post about that, and I'll talk to Tamika about that as well. Mm-hmm. So, yes, make sure you follow both of us, Entertainment in Color, on all social media platforms, and Reality or Realness with 3 S's on most platforms. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and Entertainment in Color. Like this video, and let us know, do you really think that Tasha and Andrew are going to win this season? Because Tasha like is so smug about the fact that she's like not been in the bottom for like 2 things. Like I can't even handle that.
they really think that those I love yous and those we're boyfriend and girlfriend have made them the top.
Favorite.
Yeah. I wonder if she really wins, will she really actually donate that money?
I think she probably would. Like yeah, I think she would. I think that, part of her celebrity that she's going to gain, I do think that she will provide a lot of visibility and focus towards that. And I do think that she would donate it because she probably will make a lot more money like after. So I do think she would. I don't know if she'll donate all of it, but she definitely will donate it, in my opinion. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, take a nap, come catch Tamika, and then come live at midnight for our recap. Thank you. We'll see you guys for sure very soon. We only have a few episodes left, so we'll see ya. Bye.
Pushing forward, guys. Bye.